Here we go, folks. We've got ourselves a fresh series coming up in the top right. For Basilisk, it is Trigger. In the red. And his opponent, spawning down in the bottom left for Team Liquid, it is Clem. Clem. Has Trigger dropped a map today? Oh, he did. He dropped the map to Beyond, but he beat Beyond today. He also beat Max Pax 2-0. Clem, for his part, has dropped the map to Creator, but was able to 2-0 Dark. And now it is Clem versus Trigger in the finals. Very impressive. All right, let's see what we've got from these two players here in terms of openers. It's going to be a reactor first. Oh, Trigger wanting to deny this expansion. We'll be able to do so for a little bit. And he didn't see the reactor first. That's a little bit unfortunate, but he did delay the command center. Well, actually, not that much. Maybe 4 or 5 seconds. Trigger opening up very standard. No delayed warp gate, so unlikely to be a fast Stargate. We will see, though. Clem, let's see if he goes for a 6 Marine opener. A little cheeky 6 Marine push. Probe gonna try and sneak into the natural. 6 Marine push into a 2 Hellion rally. Maybe. Oh, it's gonna be 4 Marines into 2 Reapers, so maybe gonna try and catch Trigger off guard. Meanwhile, Trigger is gonna do something funky off this Twilight Council. He's not gonna go for like a proxy Dark Shrine, is he? That would be pretty freaking awesome. I would love that. But it doesn't look like it. Gateway is a little bit... Oh, I don't like that positioning, if I'm being perfectly honest. Adept. Oh, Stalker in the middle of the map. We'll be able to kite here. Adepts did cancel its shade. Not sure what these Marines were looking to do here. He didn't get any kills, did he? No. Reaper's on the other side of the... Well, yeah, Reaper's back on Clem's side of the map. Oh, can Trigger get a pick off? No, he will not. Is Clem going to repair that Hellion? Nope. He's going to send the 2 Reapers out to the side. They will regenerate HP quite quickly back up to full. And they're going to be just fine. Clem behind this, 2nd and 3rd barracks. And it's going to be a 2 mine drop behind this. Yeah, this is a weird little semi-wall. Oh, good job from Trigger. Snipes down the Hellion, and it will be something off of this. Why is there just a singular random pylon? Is this going to be a Dark Shrine? It would be so late for it. But it's not impossible. What is this? This can't just be a spotter pylon, right? Where's the mine drop? Should be... Okay, there it is on the right side. I was like, it's got to be coming forward soon. And it will. Blink is not yet done. It will be a proxy Dark Shrine. Is this going to be the Zest Dark Shrine with the proxy Gateway as well? Good spot from Trigger. Puts his Stalkers in these little SOS pockets. Meanwhile, Reaper will get pushed out of the natural. Raven is being produced. I wonder if Trigger is looking to just warp in a couple DTs while his opponent's pushing across the map. Not making it the priority, the linchpin of his tech, but just having it as a little counterattack potential. That would be kind of cute. And I mean, if DTs come in when your opponent's attacking into you, and, you know, you don't have missile turrets, your Raven's moved out of position, and you don't close the depot, you can lose a lot of workers very quickly. Oh, Stalkers do have Blink. Clem boosting the medevac up to the top right corner. Looks like the Reapers did try and get in here. Weren't able to get anything. Auto turret, or yeah, looks like the Observer did get picked off. Clem getting close to stim and combat shields, but they're still a little bit of ways away. Meanwhile, Trigger actually already, he has charged 3/4 of the way done. This is going to be done very shortly. How many DTs do we see warping in aggressively? I'd like to see 2. But a mine drop still hasn't come through yet. Does get spotted now. Meanwhile, oh, snipe on this tank would be huge. He does get it. Very nice for Trigger. Doesn't lose a single Stalker. Oh, if he could get that Raven, that'd be huge. Oh. Would a mine drop in the natural? Oh, it gets 6 probes. Trigger. He will be able to take down the 2 Widow Mine, so he doesn't have to worry about that anymore. Raven. Oh, Scan comes in at the natural expansion. DTs get split up. Oh my god, he almost got through with that 1 DT. If he'd sent both, maybe he does get through. Raven comes home, though. And that's going to be a dead DT. Trigger realizing, yeah, I don't want to show you where my Dark Shrine is. Wisely, very wisely, stops running. Robotics Bay on the way here for Trigger, but I mean, the DTs didn't get anything done. Oh, this medevac's going to survive. It's got so much energy. Nearly maxed on energy. And Clem, he might take some damage on the other side of the map. Actually, he will lose a barracks without canceling it, but he is looking like he might just win the game right here and now. Widowmines get some big connections on the probes. A lot of SCVs going to fall. Oh, a little bit of friendly fire on that mine. Battery overcharge did get its full duration pretty much. Oh, Clem snipes down the Nexus during all that. I didn't even realize the Nexus was getting low. No, Zealot's attacking a refinery. Oh, that's not what you want. Widowmine gets a good connection there. And Trigger going to get cleaned up. Meanwhile, in the main base, Clem will be able to get the full unload. There's no splash damage at the moment. Charge lots are great. Stalkers are nice. But Clem is on 3 command centers to a 2-base Protoss. He's going to snipe this Immortal. He's going to find maybe the other one. Yeah, he will. Gets a concussive shell slow. Even if he didn't, it was going to be a hard-knocked life here. But Clem, now he gets out with everything left over. And Clem's going to take a convincing game number 1 victory. Trigger's got no recourse in this game. Looks like DT on the other side of the map tried to get something done. But instead is going to be forced to morph into Archon. Oh, can he get some SCVs? He gets like 1. But not going to be much more than that. Meanwhile, Zealots, they get a good number of bio units, but not enough. I mean, the supplies, they tell the whole tale. They tell the entirety of the tale. Trigger would need 2 full-size disruptor shots to have a chance in this game. And he shouldn't be able to get those. Clem? Oh, he never... Okay, he does have the Orbital Command morphing now. Mule's being used. He doesn't scan for the Observer. Oh, but he will take down the Disruptor. Second one. Oh my god, it gets 14 kills. Is that enough? That might actually be... Hello? No, Clem's down, or Clem's up 15 workers. Trigger's producing nothing. Oh man, if both the Disruptor shots had hit, like that, then yes, Trigger can actually do it, because he can wipe that whole army, takes down the medevacs with the medevac, or with the Stalkers. But doesn't work out that way, unfortunately. Clem, I mean, at this point, he can just sit back and let Trigger come to him, and that's probably the thing he should do the most. That is all he needs to do. Trigger gonna try and find an opening. Does find a missile turret. And if there was only 1 orbital, all of a sudden DTs would be great. But there's 3. There's 3 orbitals. 2 more DTs going to warp on in. Clem even getting a Ghost Academy. No reason to not continue advancing his tech. Trigger trying to rebuild this Nexus. But, I mean, Trigger really just can't macro out of this. Oh, you see a little bit of, you know, if the DTs get in and get like 10 workers. Nope, they're not. There is 1 on top of this base. +1 attack is done. So the DT is able to still one-shot SCVs. I mean, it would be until that +1 armor was done anyways, but if it were to complete, Disruptor will get targeted down. And I think that should finally trigger the GG out of our Canadian lad. Yeah, he knows there's nothing he can do. He's still microing. But there it is. Cheating gets called. Clem will take game number 1 in impressive fashion. All right, here we go. Spawning down to the bottom left for Basilisk. It is Trigger. In the red. And his opponent. Spawning up in the top right for Team Liquid. It is Clem. In the blue. A few parts of that game did feel decent for Trigger, but Clem definitely felt like he was outplaying Trigger a little bit. Little bit. Not completely, not to an unobtainable difference, but enough that Trigger, I just really want to see him mix things up. I don't want to see him go 2-gate robo every game. This will be a gas first NG Bay block. Trigger, I mean, he struggled against this earlier when Beyond did it to him. He built the command center on he built the Nexus on the 3rd base location. Oh, this time, though, he sends a probe. Clem does do this quite often. Oh, wow, 5 probes going to get pulled down. Ooh, can he get the kill on the SCV? Yes, he can. Boom. That's very nice for Trigger. Oh, one of the probes not actually attacking. Okay, there we go. Oh, no. Is it? No, it's still not. Finally. That slowed down the DPS on this a fair bit. There's the Nexus coming on down. Of course, the engineering bay is still nice. I do like that Trigger makes the adjustment, though, from one series to another. Oh, we're going to see a proxy starport, I think. Where is he going to put it? Right here? Right here? Oh, that's a strange place to put it. That is a very strange place to put it. But we see Proxy Hellion drop. Stargate can be good against this. If you go Phoenix, it can work out decently. But the timing is really fast. Like, it gets here quite quickly. And Trigger, look at this. He's looking for a potential proxy starport. You won't be expecting it in this location. That's a very uncommon location. Oh, can Trigger find it, though? He's looking just about everywhere. Well, not just about everywhere, but he's looked in a lot of different locations. Phoenixes are being chrono boosted out. And there will be 3 Adepts on the field. But these Hellions are going to be a problem. Now, this is a pretty big commitment from Clem. He does have the natural command center nearly done, but he built it in the main base. All right, here comes the drop. There are 2 Phoenixes available. Good, quick reaction time from Trigger. Going to be able to lift up one of those Hellions. I'd like to see him lift the second, I think. Oh, he didn't even kill the first Hellion. But he will shade forward in on top of these Hellions. Only 5 probes going down so far. Oh, no. Ugh. That one Hellion that survives gets 2 additional probes. 8 probes? Yeah, that's manageable, actually, for the Protoss. That's... I would even go so far as to say that's totally fine for Trigger. Because Clem built the command center in the main base, because he doesn't have an orbital command yet, so by the time that orbital command is done, Trigger's going to be back ahead like 6 or 7 probes. Assuming he chrono boosts as well, which he did. Yeah, Trigger's going to be on like 37 probes by the time this orbital command finishes. And Clem will be on 30 SCVs. Please make me right, Trigger. Yes, just barely. Just barely, but we count it. We take those. I can do simple math. Ooh, Adept's going to shade forward here. Trigger behind this does have a 3rd command center on the way. Double Cyclone out of Clem. Oh, Twilight Council. We're going to see Phoenix charge a lot out of Trigger. Will Trigger be able to get the surprise of the charge lot Phoenix? That's probably one of the best parts of playing Phoenix charge lot, is when you catch the Terran and they're expecting Phoenix Colossus, so they're really aggressive on the map. Trigger going straight up to 5 gateways. Not getting any more just yet. He does scout that it's a 3... Well, I mean, you can look at this and you can be pretty sure there's a 3rd barracks back there researching stim or combat shields. Clem is going to be pushing across the map pretty shortly here. He's got his first 2 medevacs about to hit the field, and stim is finishing. Combat shields very shortly thereafter. Trigger is on 4 gateways at the moment, but does have a 5th one finishing up. 6th and 7th just now starting. Trigger sitting on 52 probes. Ooh, does restart a little bit of probe production just to get himself up to... Well, this is actually only 2 gas charge lot. I mean, 2 gas charge lot is very good against aggressive plays. Clem, though, with the Widow Mines, could be quite tricky for Trigger. Charge, though, is going to complete. +1 weapons is very late for Clem. It is quite quick here for Trigger, relatively speaking, and it should be done for Trigger by the time Clem gets across the map. Even 1 more chrono boost would do it. Double drop in the main base, though. Actually, it wasn't a full double drop. It was just like 10 Marines? 12 Marines? 13? +1 weapons is going to complete momentarily. Ooh, Phoenixes will take down the medevacs. Uh-oh, but Clem is targeting down a lot of the Phoenixes. Meanwhile, attack on the right side. Ooh, these charge lots. Uh-oh, Widowmine does burrow. Not the biggest shot, could have been a lot worse. Trigger did lose quite a few probes in the main base. I didn't even see that medevac drop. +1 weapon is going to complete here for Clem. Oh, Clem doesn't have the watchtower, so Trigger is going to get the jump on him. Medevac does go down, and we will see a lift on a few units. Reinforcements coming in for Clem. Trigger. Oh, man, that was an optimistic pylon. Good job from Clem to target the Zealot. So that, because if you target the pylon, that'll just cancel the warp in, and your opponent gets the money back. You want to kill that Zealot and then kill the pylon, so you take the resources away. Oh, that's so many Zealots here. Lifts on the Widow Mines. Only one of them burrows. Oh, another one will burrow behind this. Oh, and actually friendly fires. Clem, though, does get a couple of good mine shots behind this. Trigger actually lifted a couple of his own units there, and I don't think lifted the units he wanted to during that. Clem, by the way, is on 5 racks right now. He's getting a third command center behind this. Ooh, we're going to see a couple of medevacs getting picked off. Those are huge picks. Finding those medevacs is big because Clem really wants to be able to stim with impunity. And losing those medevacs really mitigates his ability to do so. Trigger only on 50 probes. That is a lot of charge lots. Trigger's kind of all in on the defense, but he does have +2 weapons about to complete. You're going to get +1 ground armor behind this. Clem. Yeah, look at this. That one stim, since he lost a couple of those medevacs, was a big loss. Widowmine does get intercepted here. More reinforcements coming on forward. Big mine shot from Clem. Getting a massive connection on the Zealots, but we'll see Trigger charging on forward. He's able to lift up another mine before it can burrow. Zealots really getting whittled away, but the lifts on the units are whittling away the Terran army as well. I love that he drops the units back in order to let the Immortals and Zealots go to town. The mines do get lifted. Clem, though, able to kite back far enough, and Trigger. Oh, he overextended a little bit. It looked good. It looked very good for a while until it suddenly didn't. And now it is Clem who is landing a third command center. Trigger. He takes a 4th base, but it gets instantly scanned by Clem. Clem knows exactly what his opponent's economy situation is like. So he should know that he's in a good spot. It is 2-0 versus 1-1, which I actually like those upgrades better for Clem, given the situation. If it was Colossus, I'd love that for Trigger. But since it is Zealots, and it's so difficult for them to connect with your opponent's bio, I'm not as big of a fan of the attack upgrades. Now, they do connect twice, because Zealots do the double attack. Ooh, Widow Mines. Trigger. Oh, eating some big mine shots. He tried to mine drag into the medevacs. Not going to happen. And Clem, he is going to close this one out here and now. It's just Zealots left over. They do pack a punch. And actually, well, the Immortal. No, there's more reinforcements coming across the map for Clem. Trigger going to lose every single unit here, including that Immortal. Trigger fought a really awesome fight. But Clem, he's got a little bit too much here. His micro's a little bit too good. Battery overcharge. Once it expires, I expect we'll see. Well, actually, no. Didn't even need to expire. Clem takes game 2, puts himself up 2-0. All right, here we go. Game number 3. Spawning up at the top left for Basilisk. It is Trigger. And his opponent. Spawning down on the bottom right for Team Liquid. It's Clem. In the blue. And, I mean, his micro throughout this series has just been fantastic. Just been fantastic. Trigger? I mean, he's trying, and he's making these games competitive. But Clem has just been a little bit sharper at a lot of the critical moments. Well, I mean, just most engagements been a little bit sharper from Clem. And that's kind of his superpower, is he just almost always takes magnificent engagements. Oh, Trigger does manage to get a denial on here for about, 7-8 seconds. 147. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Reaper is going to get shooed away here. We will see the Twilight Council coming on in from Trigger. So he did mix things up a little bit in game 2 with the Phoenix Charge Lock, but it unfortunately didn't work out for him. He wasn't able to really keep it hidden long enough. Ooh, Adept going to shade forward. The SCV was zapped from earlier, so it gets 2-shotted instead of 3-shotted. Oh, wow. Somehow that Adept didn't get hit by the grenade. Huh. Adept will be able to get away far enough, I think, to regenerate some shields. Oh, 2 HP. It regenerated just enough HP, that Reaper, to survive 2 shots. Got up to 46 HP as the attack came in. Or as the glaive cannon from this Adept connected. We are going to be seeing 2-gate Robo Blink. I wouldn't mind if he tried a cheeky 4-gate Blink. I mean, that's what MaxPax has been doing. Now, granted, having MaxPax's micro is like... I mean, it's hard to have that. Oh, this is different. It's going to be 2-base Storm. Okay. Doing this off just 2 gateways. Getting Blink. I mean, you can kind of delay your opponent with the Blink Stalkers, but Storm is really expensive tech. It is super freaking expensive. Should be instantly up into Storm. Yep, there it is. And probably warp in... Well, usually you go for 3 High Templar. Oh, Raven does get spotted by the Observer, and good job from Trigger. Pulls that back right away. It is going to be tough to land the storms you need with... Oh, no, he should... Okay, he should get a War Prism then, right? Yeah, he's got the Robotics Facility. What am I talking about? Trigger rallying probes to the new 3rd base. And a nice little placement on the shield battery here. Is he warping a 3rd High Templar? I think you need 3 High Templar at least. He's got the gas for it now. Okay, there we go. 2 more High Templar. Is he just going to morph an Archon, though? Could potentially go hunting for the Raven to try and get a feedback. Oh, is this going to be Storm? Oh, wow. All 4 High Templar. All 4 High Templar in the Warp Prism. Stim already done. Combat shields about to complete. Concussive shells. Super fast upgrade. It's going to finish very soon as well. And this attack from Clem is going to be really strong. First 2 medevacs about to hit the field. It's a super sharp timing from Clem. Where are the High Templar? Where is the Warp Prism? Hello? Trigger needs to get on the map as soon as possible. He is morphing an Archon. He's gone up to 60 probes, which means he is very far down in army supply at this point. 30 army supply down. He needs the storms to be gigantic. He also, I think, needs to hit a feedback on that Raven. Oh, man, he doesn't know where the army is. Oh, now he sees it, but it's already getting into a good position. More Prism coming in from the side. Where's the storm? They're big. They're huge. Massive storms. Interference Matrix comes in, but it is very late. Auto turrets will get dropped on down. Trigger getting the first really decisive engagement in his favor in this entire series. And it comes off the back of the sneaky storm play. Really nicely done. He caught Clem up against the ledge. You see the blood still on the ground there. The only remnant of that excellent fight for Trigger. Behind this, Clem did build a third command center on location. So he's still in a playable position in this game, but it's definitely an advantage for Trigger. There's no doubt of that. +2 attack again. I would really like to see a Colossus transition if we're going for that +2 weapons. Storm is once again available. Ghost Academy trying to come on in. Good spread. Very nice pre-spread from Clem. But that means the charge lots are really going to connect as well. Widow Mines not going to get the connections they're looking for. Storms are big. And I think Trigger's going to finally put one on the board here. Archon will complete. Oh, Widow Mines. Ooh, that was a blink forward into them. Does take some big shots. And now he's out of Storms. Trigger, once again, a little bit of an overextension, a little bit of an overcommitment. He only gets 3 SCVs for it and forces the lift on the command center. He could have done the same thing without the attempt to kill, but I don't blame him for trying. Still, Robotics Bay behind this. +2 weapons is getting close. Would love a second robotics facility out of Trigger. Ooh, double mine drop on the top side. Armory is being produced as well. That's going to allow Clem to both, get permanent cloaking on these mines, although there is a cannon here in the main mineral line. Permanent cloaking on the mines and also start up the +2 weapons. Yeah, he's still only on single engineering base, so would be 2-1 upgrades on the way for Clem. There's that extended thermal lance, the Big Daddy Colossus Storm drop. Oh, baby. 8 SCVs. Oh, baby. +2 weapons going to complete shortly. First Colossus about to hit the field. Ooh, a lot of probes going down at the 4th base. Wouldn't mind dropping the main base. It's 2 more. 4th base, 3rd base? Or natural. Natural expansion found a good bit of a connection here. Zealots will get in on top of this 3rd base. That does get taken down. Oh, go. Go, go, go. Zealots are going to... Well, that's going to be an instant SCV pull. Good stuff. Ooh, depot lift is pretty nice here. Clem knocking down these rocks. Trigger doesn't see this army. I thought this one was already going to be over. But it is remarkably not. Interference Matrix on the War Prism is very good. Battery overcharge is not going to be enough to keep the Colossus alive, but Clem taking damage on the other side of the map, not able to break through. Will tap out in the middle of the fight. And Trigger will put one on the board. All right, here we go. Game number 4. Spawning up at the top right for Basilisk. It is Trigger. In the red. And his opponent. Spawning down to the bottom left, it is Clem. In the blue. Yeah, that felt like it wasn't entirely over yet. Clem, by the way, is going to be going for another gas burst here. This time, though, no SCV slipping onto the map for an engineering bay block yet. As I say that, looks like this one might have those designs. Yeah, I think it does. I think it does. Interesting. Interesting. So Clem really wanting to use those reactor Hellions to great effect. If Trigger were going Gate Nexus, oh, would he get it down in time? He would have actually. He would have gotten it just down. He had the money. He had 400 minerals just before this SCV got here. But the most important thing for Trigger is that he prevents this from becoming too much of a problem. Starts up the pylon because he already knows he's going to be delayed. Oh, this is cute. Little anti-Reaper jump in position right here. Huh. Never would have thought of that. Clem. Oh, he wants this. He wants the engineering bay block number 2, but he's not going to get it. Probe on the other side of the map will get deflected away. Clem going Marine Reactor, and once again, Well, it doesn't have to be Reactor Hellion, but it does feel like it should be. Oh, nope. All right, it's going to be quick tech lab. So yeah, he's just going to go for a delayed command center behind this and a much faster factory. But against the Twilight Council, yeah, I don't think the early Cyclone is the most amazing. And Trigger does seem to prefer the Twilight Council. Now, early Cyclone is kind of nice for just picking off units. Look at that. The Adept was kind of just flicking through vision. Second barracks coming on up as well. Ooh, 2 more barracks before Starport here. Trigger will be able to shade out just barely. Shield battery coming on up. This is a little bit of a scary push. How many gateway units are on the map? There's only 3. Where's the Stalker? Not particularly in position. Shield battery is not in time. One of the Adepts does go down, and it was the high HP Adept. Uh-oh. This actually has a little bit of teeth to it. Where's the second warp in? There it is. Okay. I was just confused. I was like, where is that second warp in? Clem just going to back away, but he forces the shield battery. Gets a unit pick off. Not bad. Ooh, okay. Trigger is going to try for the 4-gate blink. I mean, it's Ancient Cistern. It's a good map for 4-gate blink. Lot of space in the main base. But Clem is very quick into the stim and combat shields. Now, there is a timing where you can get in before that completes. Oh, my God. Did Trigger... Yeah, he locked this Stalker in. That's funny. That is... Fortunately, you can blink out, but that is quite funny. Max Packs, of course, the king of these Blink Stalkers. This 4-gate Blink Stalker play. Let's see how Trigger looks trying this on for size. This is an Artosis pylon, by the way, powering all 4 of these gateways and the Twilight Council for the eventual charge, assuming Trigger does transition out of this. Trigger getting the Nexus before pushing. Usually Max Pax delays that Nexus until he knows he can get something done. Oh, Clem. Oh, he's going to set a little bit of a trap. How many siege tanks do we have? Are there any? No, he didn't build any. He went straight for the medevacs. Trigger. Ooh, we'll be able to blink back very nicely. We do have Stalkers getting some really great trades. Interception, though, on the backside. Ooh, Clem. Well, he stims up everything, and Trigger. I'll lift up the units with a War Prism. Nice. Come to the low ground. Oh, that War Prism. Oh, it does go down. Good job from Clem on the snipe. Trigger. Oh, he's able to get a couple of pickoffs here. That's not so bad. Robotics Bay, meanwhile, starting up behind this. 2 more gateways charge. Third Nexus is going to complete. That was a cute little move from Clem. Trigger. Oh, he's trying to really keep tabs on this army. Good job. Blinks away from the Cyclone's lock on. Clem does have one of these Marauders picked off. Great micro from Trigger here. But this single drop into the main base could be quite devastating. First Colossus instantly fired up. Good job from Trigger. He was ready for that. With the Robotics Bay timing. Ooh, Trigger does see this technically. He does not want to lose... Oh, quick probe pull. Nice. Does not want to lose this robotics bay, though. Clem might have been able to target it down right away. Oh, he actually didn't get anything with that pylon. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. He did supply block Trigger. Ooh, shield battery going to get taken down. Trigger with an excellent blink micro. He's forced to blink back into his opponent's army, or at least into the reinforcements. Widowmines finds some good value. Oh, Trigger trying to kite around here. There's no concussive shells, and that is really making a difference. Just now getting started up, and there's also no +1 weapons. Trigger. Oh, he hasn't been able to fire up an additional Colossus yet because he is supply blocked right now. There we go. 2 more pylons coming up in the main base. Oh, Observer did spot the double medevac drop coming on through. Nice force fields. Was it nice force fields? I think it was. Oh, Zealots on the bottom side. Oh, Clem with the instant response here. Oh, Trigger. Well, he's going to be able to find... how much does he get? He gets all the Widow Mines at least, and a couple of bio units. Trigger now on extended thermal lance in 2, 1, boom. 10 range Colossus. Second one, though, was significantly delayed by the supply block. And now we see Double Forge coming on in behind us from Trigger, but that's going to be a while before those kick in, before Trigger gets that 1-1 setup. If he Chrono Boosts diligently, it might be around the timing that his opponent's +1 armor finishes. So Trigger should never have to fight with too much of an upgrade disadvantage. I do like these pylons on the left side of his base. Spotting for entrance. And as well, nice little army split from Trigger here. Oh, he needs another Colossus. One cannon in the main, one in the third base. Oh, nice snipe on the probe. That's 2 probes that got picked off. One by the Widow Mine, one by this Marine, which cheekily just sprints away after taking his battle crack. I think from now on, we should call Stim battle crack. We do have Dark Shrine for Trigger, as well as that 4th Nexus. Clem, 4th Command Center already on the way, and he's starting up Viking production. He's already on 4 Vikings, 2 more in production, and he's added on these Ghosts as well. That is, of course, just so much damage being put in against the Protoss army. 1-1 still a ways away for Trigger. He is on... how many Colossus? Just 2. But it's a lot of Zealots. Not the highest quality army right now. Double Immortal being added on. Trigger trying to take down that 1 Marauder. Man, this is a big army to fight without a ton of splash. Force field kind of getting dropped in the funniest of locations. Shield battery overcharge not available. Huge force fields, though. Very nicely done. Trigger blinking forward. Will try and snipe down 1 or 2 Vikings. And the Colossus, they do survive. Both of them still on full hull. And behind this, 2 more Colossus on the way, 3 DTs, and we're going to see +2 attack startup Trigger. There we go, starting up the +2 armor as well. Clem, not yet starting up his own 2-2, so Trigger going from an upgrade timing disadvantage to now an upgrade timing advantage. DT is going to walk across the map here. Ooh, let's see if Clem sees him. Oh, he sees that one instantly. You see the other 2, though. Missile turret starts up in the 3rd base, starts up at the natural. Clem does have some reinforcements coming in on the left side. That's not a lot of his army, though. Trigger needs to be so careful. Battery overcharge is going to get popped, but the Vikings... oh, they're actually not going to be able to kill this Colossus just yet. Trigger able to keep it alive for a little bit. TTs. Are they just going to start swiping at the army? Yes, they will. Oh, EMPs. Trying to reveal the DTs, but it ends up being EMPs hitting the Archon Morph. Meanwhile, Trigger pushes this little attack on the top side back. And Trigger is just going heavy on Immortals. I've always felt that Immortals just being added into a composition can be so powerful. 2-2 getting close here for Trigger. And he's got the DT Blink completing momentarily as well. Even just a single DT. You don't necessarily need to use DTs to snipe bases. Just 1 or 2 DTs jumping around with the Blink can be really effective. Trigger, will he have 2-2 done for this next fight? Not quite. Ooh, but he is going to get a bit of a jump on his opponent's army. Nice force field, breaking up the army very effectively. Vikings on the side are getting some good work done, but the Colossus are getting some good work done as well. And is it enough? That was a very bold blink forward from Trigger. Oh, the Immortals are adding on a lot of DPS, but Trigger's army is getting decimated. There was a DT apparently in on top of the army during all this. The thing is, Clem can replenish his army so much more easily than Trigger. And Trigger really overcommitted on the chase. Clem was able to disengage quite effectively. First Disruptor will hit the field, but is back into Colossus here as the Vikings went down. I really feel like that started out well for Trigger. Ooh, Disruptor. Oh, boom! 10 kills. He goes bowling and he gets himself a strike. Clem was not paying attention, and Trigger made him pay the iron price. Oh, TTs. Oh, instantly blink away. Not bad. +3 attack is on the way now for Trigger. +3 armor. He's got the money for it just now. And the replenishment of Colossus has begun. We're back up to 2 Colossi.
We embrace the glory of battle.
Oh, where are the DTs? Are they still alive, or did he just lose them all? No, he's got 5 DTs on the right side. Wouldn't mind will get detected here by this cannon. Oh my god, it is painfully slow. There we go. Finally kills that off. Where's the second Colossus? I think it's on the right side. DTs. Ooh, they're just being kind of sent across the map as spotters, it seems like. There's the +3 armor. 3-3 on the way now for Clem. Ooh, Trigger. Just a single Colossus here, but with battery overcharge, he's going to be able to hold his position. And this battery overcharge getting some work. Healing up a whole lot of these units. Even gets that one stalker that was on the fringe. Disruptor will get avoided. Where is that second Colossus? I'm not... Oh, it's literally right here. Snipes coming in on Zealots. I guess that's better than nothing. Not a lot of Marauders here. Oh, there must have been DTs on the other side of the map. Yeah. Ooh, big stem being forced out, but that's so many medevacs. Clem actually has 10 medevacs right now. Scan comes down, sees the army. Doesn't catch the Observer. Disruptors trying to connect, not able to do so. +2 vehicle or ship weapons is completed. Do we have... No, he just fired it up. The range for the Liberators, that is going to be such a big boost to Clem's army power. Especially once they get their +2 ship weapons. Ooh, Disruptor does get a good connection on the left side. While on the right side, Clem is trying to come in, but... Oh, Trigger. He really wants to get in on top of this army as quickly as possible, and he's going to find an open door on this planetary fortress. Vikings will get some good shots on the Colossus. The base does fall. Oh, is this enough for Clem here? The Disruptors are going to block the flank a little bit. Vikings going to land in on top of this army. Ghost does get clipped by the Disruptor. The EMPs are coming on in, but it's the Immortals that will actually be the superstars of this fight at the end. 9 kills, 10 kills, 11 kills on these bad boys. Clem loses 30 SCVs, and now with the Immortals still alive, he can get in on top of this base, and he can kill it if he wants. Does need to, of course, be careful to DT. Ooh, gonna look for this army. Okay, Trigger gonna disengage, and he's overcommitted a lot, so I'm really glad to see that he's chilling a little bit. +3 armor gonna complete for both players at about the same time. Ghosts very much exposed. 3 of them, 2 of them gonna go down very quickly. Third one barely getting away. Trigger, I wouldn't mind a third robotics facility at this point. He's got lots of money in the bank. How many gateways does he have? 11? Oh, and he warps in a ton of stalkers here. I would love to see another round of Blink DTs at this point. Ooh, Clem. We'll find a little position on the top side. Ooh, Trigger able to just barely get in on top of this Liberator. Meanwhile, push coming in towards this 5th base of Clem. Clem just barely avoiding these disruptor shots. Trigger is maxed back out again. Clem is struggling to. He is so far down in workers. Trigger really starting to make things happen here in game number 4. Oh, pros are starting to fall those somewhere. Not even sure where, to be honest. The ghost goes down. The ghost count is getting really low. It's only 4 ghosts on the field. Where is it? Oh, Liberator on the top side. Okay, right side, I should say. 11 probes do go down. That does cut into the economy of Trigger a little bit. But Trigger might be able to just outposition his opponent. If he can get it on top of the production, that would be amazing. Even just to pick off on some of these bases. Disruptor shot. He's going bowling. Oh, he's able to find a couple of units. We'll get 1 base. Can he get the other? I think he should be able to. Yeah, the Stalkers, with their +3, they're going to be able to take this down very quickly. Bunker falling as well. Disruptors, ooh, they are a little bit exposed, but not exposed enough. Clem. Oh, I don't think there's anything he can do here. And there it is. GG gets called. Trigger pulls himself to even and will send it to the ace match. All right, here we go. Game number 5. Spawning down in the bottom right. He's building momentum. He's powering up. But he still needs your energy to close it out. It is Basilisk's Trigger. Looking for just his 2nd ESL Open Cup win ever. He's trying to do it against the king of the weeklies for Team Liquid with, I believe, now 62 ESL Open Cup wins. Trying to make it 63. It is Team Liquid's Clem. Malem. In the blue. Yeah, I gotta take a quick peek at the old stats page. 62. He's trying to make it 63. That is confirmed. So many dubs from Clem. Trigger trying to win just his 2nd cup ever, and it would be a gauntlet of players that he beat if he manages to do so. 2-1 over Beyond. He 2-0'd Max Pax, and then a 3-2 victory over Clem. That is very impressive. Oh, probe. Takes a fair bit of damage, gets pushed away. Trigger really looking good in that late game there. Now, oh, yeah, just defensive bunker. Reaper Marine Reactor. So, yeah, you really do want that defensive bunker. Clem, it is important to note that he is playing from EU, and it is late. It is late at night. But that doesn't take away from the accomplishments of what Trigger is doing. He is doing a really impressive job. And after the first 2 games, it would have been very easy to just kind of mentally give up and tap out, but Trigger has not done that. He is showing the eye of the tiger and is fighting back very hard. We're going to see another quick 2nd barracks after the factory here. Trigger, interestingly electing not to shade forward behind the mineral line. I wonder if Clem is going to go for just a big... He is going for the 3 barracks factory before starport, but I wonder if this is going to be something like a 2-base tank marine stim combat shield push. Babylon, this is a great map for something like that. What? Trigger's going 4-gate blink on probably the worst map to go 4-gate blink. But 4-gate blink against something like this is probably the best way to match these things up. I mean, technically, if you really wanted to hard counter it, you'd go for something like, I don't know, 2-base charge lot Archon or something. But this is very good as well. As far as viable builds go, this is very good. Weird to say that something's not a viable build when it kind of hard counters a build, but Clem, if this is the attack that I'm talking about from Clem, we don't see it that often. Trigger chronoing out blink here. Unfortunately for Trigger, he wasn't able to figure out that there is no starport, so he has to be a little bit wary of a potential Widowmine drop. Oh, nice grenade right there from Clem. That's going to give him the full scout on this. Now, if it was going to be the commitment, the 2-base tank, you don't go for it now. You absolutely do not go for it now. Now these tanks, of course, are going to be great defensively. I mean, well, okay, if Trigger throws away too much, yeah, then you go for it. But as long as Trigger doesn't go nuts with this, I think you chill. Now, is Trigger building an observer? Yes, he is. Robotics Bay behind this. So, yeah, this is just going to be a macro play. Trigger has seen... Yeah, okay. Looking at this... Oh, we're actually not... Okay, there we go. There's the starport. I was like, we're not seeing the starport. Yeah, this is surprising. But that starport is very late. And by the time medevacs hit the field, I feel like the first Colossus is going to be pretty much done. Charge will probably be done as well. Clem, though? Oh, does he start up +1 weapons? That's got to be his next expenditure of gas, right? Or maybe... No, probably the medevacs. Since the reactor's not ready yet, it would be fine if he started +1 attack first. And yeah, there it is. Yeah, because he's going to have 200 gas by the time this reactor completes anyways. Oh, it's going to be Disruptor out of Trigger. Trigger going for a little bit of a gambit here. He will get the extended thermal lance, but he wants to be able to surprise Clem with a sneaky Disruptor. Observer will see this army. Oh, he doesn't see it moving out, though. I suppose the War Prism can keep tabs on it. He's got the Stalkers at the front. Even with the Disruptor being built... Oh, scan comes down. Does kill the Observer. Oh, Trigger, if he can keep this Disruptor hit in. He does force the stim, but that's not how you want to reveal the first Disruptor. You want a hell of a lot more than that, and with Concussive Shells already done, that Disruptor is done for. If the War Prism were right nearby, maybe he could have picked it up. That is a big loss. Robotics facility time is so valuable at this point. First Colossus does hit the field. Second one needs to be started up right now. Big blink forward. That's not the move from Trigger, but a nice force field. Is that going to be enough? Will force a hot pickup, but it means the tanks get to live up to their name and tank like nobody's business. Oh, that was not the move from Trigger. He's done some really aggressive blinks. Ooh. Okay, well, that was really nice. He does force out a very early stim. And with the medevacs having to heal for a while. Funny little animation where it looks like the War Prism has a halo. The medevacs having to heal for a while. They are already depleted. Zealot's going to try and warp on in. We do have extended thermal lance. And now look at that range. Zealot's going to come in from the back. Trigger does have full vision of this army. Battery overcharge getting popped very early. I do like that. Zealot's going to try and get in here. Will distract the tanks a little bit and force some friendly fire. Trigger, I don't think he should have pulled back. I think he should have let those Zealots just continue to march in. But, Ooh, we are going to see a blink into, or well, Doom drop into the main base. Blink, though, will be able to check the move. It is a big army supply advantage right now for Clem. Trigger is not out of it yet. Ooh, big spread from Clem. If Trigger can get in on top of these bio units, there's a lot of very soft Marines right now. Very squishy, low HP Marines. Ooh, nice snipe on the Widow Mine. Clem with a big stim, but I don't think you want to attack up the ramp. There's a lot of Marauders here. There's also a lot of firepower for Trigger at the top of this ramp. Ooh, and those swipey boys are really chipping away at this army. War Prism going to be able to ferry these units forward. Oh, he picks up the wrong Zealots. This time, he does get the dodge, but eats a little bit of friendly fire, or well, not even friendly fire, splash damage on the War Prism. Trigger's going to try and push across the map. He does have the advantage of these Colossus. There is 3 Vikings on the field. Oh, one of them almost gets sniped. Third Colossus going to show up. We're on 8 gateways. Trigger is down 20 army supply. Clem is ready with a big flank. Is that going to be enough? It's a huge concave from Clem, but Trigger's going to be able to pull back. Oh, he's got to be careful with this army. Huge stim coming on in from Clem. Nice snipe on one of the Vikings. Vikings coming in from multiple angles, but they are getting slowly picked away at. Great job from Trigger. And he keeps all of the Colossus alive for the moment. One of them, just barely survived. The juggling is great from Trigger, and the Viking that was trying to snipe will go down. Still, Clem is surviving. Ooh, another Viking getting very low on HP, but it will survive. Trigger, warping in 4 Archons here. Or, well, 4 High Templar, 2 Archons. Oh, please morph, please morph, morph. You gonna try and use them for feedbacks? Seems like he wants to, yeah. On the Ghosts or on the Medevacs, I'm not even sure. Man, Trigger is really trying to get this to happen. But Clem is doing such a good job of holding. And now, Trigger, I think he's given up on the attack. He does have his Disruptor transition coming on in. 2nd Robotics Facility on the way. 4th Nexus and +1 weapons, which was started up a while ago, is getting close to completing. Widow Mines, a couple of them do go down. Feedbacks, does hit 2 of the Ghosts. Oh, and he gets the High Templar out of there. They're actually almost ready for more feedbacks here. Another Ghost being sniped. Brilliant picks. How many Ghosts? He just killed 1 and EMP'd 2 of them. Or rather, feedbacked 2 of them. Oh, but one of the ones he killed was one of the ones he feedbacked. I don't care. That's a great play regardless from Trigger. He is still down 30 army supply, though. But +1 weapons now completes. We've got a 2nd starport on the way for Clem. This is such a tense game. Trigger. Ooh. Be able to pick off 2 mines. We've got to see a scan now. This observer's been here forever. Uh-oh. These stalkers are very trapped. We've got to see a recall. How many stalkers does he lose? 2. 1 which was missed by the recall. 1 which, well, was killed during the recall. Snipe's going to come on in. 3 SCVs, though, do get picked off. Trigger these Colossus. Oh, nice interception on the Vikings. The Stalker control from Trigger has been great in this game number 5. It's really given him a fighting chance. Zealot run by finds another couple of SCVs. And now the Disruptor count is starting to be spruced up. We're up to 4 Ruptors. 5th one in production, +2 weapons for Trigger as well. Wouldn't mind a 2nd Forge. Oh, there we go. Love to see it, Trigger. Oh, Trigger accidentally hitting his own cannon. We'll pretend that didn't happen. How many kills do these Colossi have? 16 kills, 9 kills, 19 kills. Scan finds an observer. That's going to make it so difficult to track these rotations. Oh, 2-2 on the way for Clem. And this army, okay, no, it doesn't get spotted. He's shooting the rocks. I was like, oh man, he's hitting something. That must be revealing it. Nope. Oh, Zealot, though, does find this. Scan comes down. We need to see it. Oh, a better army split than that. A lot, well, actually, maybe not. Most of the army is on the right side for Clem. How many medevacs do we have on the field? Only 4. EMP does hit the cannon. Disruptor shot. We'll push this army back. And the Colossus is going to be able to hold with a little bit of gateway unit support. Oh, EMP. What? That was weird. He must have thought there was an observer.
Game paused.
That's so weird. Man, Trigger wants this reverse kill sweep so bad. He really wants this reverse sweep.
Game resumed.
Trigger is fighting with everything he's got here. Oh, but he's out of position here at the moment. Trigger. Ooh, gotta be careful. Widow Mines getting a couple of decent connections. Oh, disruptor shot. Oh, somehow getting avoided. Huge collapse coming in from Clem. Disruptors are going to be good on the right side, but good splits from Clem. Another disruptor coming in from the back. Most of the disruptors haven't used. Colossus, all of them going to fall. And Trigger was really starting to gain momentum, but now he's in so much trouble. Disruptors are going to fire on forward. Is there enough here for Trigger to hold for the moment? Yes. He just lost so much. So much. He did fight before his opponent's 2-2 came online, but losing those Colossus at the outset was painful. There's still 9 Vikings on the field as well. So Trigger can't go back into Colossus. Not really. He's trying to build one. Oh, he does actually clip a couple of Marines. Disruptors getting some really nice shots here. Clem starting up the Liberator transition. +1 ship weapons very far along. No +2 just yet. And no 3-3 yet from Clem. Oh, as I say that, there we go. There's the +3 weapons. 5th Nexus for Trigger. He does have some static defense. That will buy him a little bit of time. Clem. Oh, he's just staying at range. Letting the medevacs heal these units back up. God, this game is so tense. 3-3 on the way for Trigger. Ooh, Liberator on the bottom side. Going to start harassing this mineral line, finding 6 probes. War Prism on the right. You do see a DT Shrine coming on in, and 3-2 upgrades for Trigger. For the moment, he is going to be down in upgrades, but there will be a very small timing where he's actually going to be ahead. 3-2 versus 2-2. It's going to be a very small timing. And it's also going to be a little bit dependent on how much he chrono boosts. If he chrono boosts like four times, you know, well, actually, I don't even think 4 times would be... I don't think there's enough time to chrono boost 4 times. If he chrono boosts 2 or 3 times, it'll be pretty decent. Do we see Blink on the DTs? Trigger does have a good gas bank. There it is. Blink instantly started up and chronoed. That is, of course, great for sniping planetary fortresses. Oh, nice cancel from Clem right there. On scanning the army, he's like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to lose that missile turret. And he just gets the 75 minerals back. Resources lost is favoring Clem here. It often does in these scenarios. Ooh, flank trying to come on in. But Trigger kind of reposition here. Do we see a blink forward? We do, but it won't grab any Vikings. Still 9 Vikings on the field, but the Liberator count is starting to become a problem. Ooh, these DTs. There's that +3 weapons, +2 armor being chrono boosted out. Trigger. Oh, he's warping in so many. 14 Blink DTs. Well, once Blink completes. Oh no, he didn't recall. EMPs came in and disabled the Nexus, preventing the recall right there. Very heads-up move from Clem. I was just about to say we need to see a recall, but now he can't. Battery overcharge trying to get popped, but it will get depowered. This Nexus is dead. Oh, and Clem going to be able to boost out with the majority of this bio. Everything there was room for gets away. Disruptors in the middle of the map, though. Oh, man, did they just get some big connections? I don't think so. DT Blink. Getting it on top of this planetary. 1, 2, 3 swipes. It's down. quick recall. Gets out, only losing one of those DTs. Still has 13 remaining. Trigger going to move forward on the left side. He does have +3 armor on the way. These +2 Liberators, they are a menace for Trigger right now. Disruptors not gonna, they're not gonna allow the bio units to get back in position and cover these Liberators. All the Liberators are gonna fall very quickly, and now the Vikings land in amongst the army. Not how you want to use those Vikings, I don't think. Trigger is gonna lose a lot here. Oh, actually, he's gonna lose everything, but can he find value on the other side? Where are the DTs? Oh, they... Did he morph? No, he didn't morph Archons. They just went down. Cancel comes in on this base. Trigger. Oh, he's actually not ahead in economy, really. He does have this base on the top side that is starting to mine. Oh, man, if Trigger could have sniped this base on the bottom side, that would have been huge. That would have been the play with the Blink DTs. I don't know what he did. But whatever he did, it didn't achieve the most amazing result for him. Trigger. Can he get away with this 1 DT? No. He only gets away with one of the 3. EMP is coming on in. That is so good in tandem with the +2 Liberators. +2 Liberators, 1-shot Stalkers that have been EMP'd, 2-shot Stalkers from full HP. It is a gigantic power spike. Oh my god, you can't reach it! Shield batteries obviously changed the math. That is a busted Liberator spot. And Trigger has to start a Stargate to deal with that. This completely shuts down mining at this base. Oh man, that is a really strong Liberator spot. It's completely broken. +3 armor finally completing here for Trigger. Clem with a nice little spread. Is there enough Disruptors here? I don't think so. Trigger's going to be forced to blink away. He will lose one Disruptor on the rally. Meanwhile, Zealous and DT is warping into the main base. That's going to be a problem for Clem, actually. He doesn't have any free supply, so he can't really build units. But is it even going to matter? Trigger's now so far down in supply. And Clem will get enough units back in position to deal with this. Meanwhile, he's going to kill the base on the top side. Good. Well, actually not the best liberation zones, but good enough. Ooh, and now these are good ones. Disruptors are going to get jumped on. 2 of them go down. 3rd one gets avoided. Trigger will have no choice but to tap out, and Clem shuts the door on the reverse sweep. Amazing series from these two, and Clem will clutch it out and take his 63rd ESL Open Cup win. Trigger wanted it so bad, but it wasn't enough. Just wasn't quite enough, but the development of Trigger has been amazing to behold. He's becoming such a good player. And if you guys enjoyed that one, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. Check out the rest of my videos, and we'll catch you on the flip side.